So I'm here in the bee barn, and there's one remaining kind of task that I need to do in here for the bees, and that's to take out entrance reducers. These bees have been in here since Monday, and it's Saturday now, and this fan is having a hard time keeping up. The temperature outside is 3°C, and this fan is on full high speed. 6.5 degrees C in here. That's too warm. I mean, it doesn't feel warm to me. It's cool, but warm to the bees. And I'll show you the beards here in a minute. So I'll kind of give you a little shot of this controller. So I look like a miner, right? But I assure you I'm over 18. This is a neat little headlight. I'll turn it on here. If I hold the button down, see what it does? And look at that. It's like James Bond or something. Look at that. So anyway, it has little red lights, which is great. I don't know if they had beekeepers in mind when they made these, but you know, it's fantastic. Shut that off now for a bit. And I'm in my suit. You don't see me wear a bee suit very often. It's not a ventilated suit, so I don't wear it in the summer. Coveralls are not made for big guys, you know, they're restrictive. But I was in here a few minutes ago. I had a veil, and I just had work gloves, not my bee gloves. And I took out 8 entrance reducers, and I got stung 4 times. They crawl, the bees crawl, and they were crawling up my sleeve and whatnot. So I brought my proper bee gloves now, and put on my suit so I'm covered from head to toe. They can crawl up my pant leg if they get there, and they likely will. So let's show you this controller. So here's the controller. I can't put my hand in front of it, you won't see it. So here the temperature is 6.5. The controller is set to 4, and the fan ramps up on speed 2, 3, and 4 as the temperature rises. You can see up here on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 are the 4 relays in the controller, and 2, 3, and 4 control the fan, which is right beside it. So anyway, it's going full blast. You can see here that the heater will heat to 3.5, and the cooling fan will cool to 4. So it'll zero right in and keep the temperature in here bang on if it's cold outside. If it's not cold outside, then you know, all bets are off. As a point of interest, this is a CO2 stat. It shows that there's 482 parts per million CO2 in here now. This fan going full blast. The CO2 is pretty much atmosphere. 450 to 500 is generally atmosphere. And it'll ramp up. I believe I had it set at 2,000. So that'll ramp right to 2,000 before the ventilation fan will kick in, and that only happens when the temperature outside is cold, like very cold, minus 20, minus 15, anything below minus 10 really, but basically it comes on when the bees are not heating the building, and the heater has to heat the building, so then the ventilation is not happening. The CO2 will periodically ventilate the building to pull that CO2 down again. Just keep that in check. Here's our main problem. You may or may not recognize it in the dim light, but I'll light it up with my headlamp. The bees are actually kind of flying around in here a little bit. See the beards here? So these are restricted entrances still. I have to turn that off. That's about as long as I could run that light before the bees started attacking me. There's yeah, there's a lot of flight in here. So I'm going to do up my veil now. Okay, I feel like I'm in a hazmat suit here. I never get this much done up. So these nuke entrances, we took those out a little while ago, and I'm going to start at the bottom here. I think there's a bee in my veil. I just have to get that. Yeah, there is. He's gonna sting me in the back of the neck. It sucks when you have a bee in your veil. So these come out. So the bees start messing with the entrance. They get concerned. I'll do this one too. This big one here, I have to kind of be careful. I don't want to mash a bunch of bees for any reason. So you need to get these out so they can ventilate a little better. Stay cool. Being it's so warm in here. Warm for them. Oh, dropped it. I like to keep them nearby for spring when I need to put them back in. Well, there's 6, 7, 8, 9 in all. I know the lighting is very dark in here. You don't see much. But I thought I'd bring you along anyway. Some of them are really stuck. Bang around here too much and the bees really get excited. I'm glad I put the suit on. They're all over me. I often get stung taking it off because they crawl on me. And then they're on the suit when I take it off, and I pinch one and they sting me. I mean, I only take a couple stings. It's not too bad. Just don't want that to get too out of hand. Alright, so that whole row is done. That's kind of a nasty job. I stung 6 or 8 times. They get right in my suit. Look at, I mean, they burrow, see? Little beggars. And one got in my glove, and she was just working to get inside there when I found her. I could feel her in my glove the whole time. Okay, I'll take this off. Hopefully, I don't get stung. Gotta get this suit off, because there may be bees inside. It's not my favorite beekeeping wear. Anyway, you know, those ventilated suits. My microphone. The ventilated suits, ventilated jackets I have, they sure are nice. Even in the cool barn there, 6.5 degrees, I'm sweating. I'm sweating because I'm worked up because they were on me. But still, it doesn't breathe. There's no breathability. And also, they were stinging me through this material. It's not very thick material. It's just a white covering to hopefully, you know, distract them from thinking I'm a big bear or something. That job's done for this winter. I'll have to go back in March or whenever it is before I take them out, put those back in. It's usually much easier then because the clusters aren't as big. You know, often you can do it when the barn is colder, etc. A little bit of a warmer day today, not too bad. That building typically stays cool in the warmer weather. That fan moves a lot of air. But even if the building doesn't stay any cooler because of what I did, which I'm sure it won't, the clusters can ventilate and cool a little bit better themselves. So, only got stung 6 or 8 times. And that's it. So hopefully we'll be able to work in the wood shop here now pretty soon. Well, I hope your fall went well, and I hope your winter goes well. I hope my winter goes well. 2020 has been very unpredictable, you know. And for now, I will say, have fun. She pooped on my mic. That's not nice.